Tony Martin from Crossley Green, Hertfordshire, was the winner of this event last March. I think he's got some tough opposition this time. 54, Neil Warrington from Croydon, has won on this track before. His sidecar rider is Corey Lewis. 45-year-old company director, took up the sport 4 months ago. He told me for the sheer excitement of it. His son Neil is in the chair. Number 21, John Upton from Pulborough, he's 23. And finally, number 10, Ron Chandler, he's 23. He comes from Guildford. And his younger brother Doug is in the chair. And this is their first year on the grass. And there we are, up to the gate, and off you go.
And who should we watch? Two men in particular. Ron Young, number 111, and Alan Smith, number 217. Both of whom have suffered from injuries recently. And as Stan told you, Ron Young in particular is making a comeback. We're looking at him now. He's the first of the riders that we just see going out onto the start and finish line. And he has quite a reputation to remake. Very, very powerful looking machine. Very heavy, tough. The Grasstrack Sidecar outfits differ considerably from road racing machines. They're very much heavier. They have production engines, mostly twin-cylinder, Triumph and VSA engines. Their sidecars are a mass of tubing, no streamlining, of course, which is completely unnecessary for the speeds they go at on Grasstrack, which is very much lower than road racing. And the sidecars are a mass of tubes to enable the passengers to grab hold of something when they go swinging around these very, very bumpy corners. Number 998, Bernard Dormer, just coming out. Great deal of twist grip winding going on from Bernard as he twists round, and looks to me as though he's having some slight engine trouble as he's getting his goggles down. And this is the sort of thing that riders have to watch out for, make sure they don't get their goggles down too early. He's obviously not at all happy about the way things are going. I wonder if it's clutch trouble, because, yes, I think it was. Bernard Dormer must have been having clutch trouble. And now, watch these sidecar passengers as they throw themselves around the machines. Lap one, and it's Young leading already, throwing up a great plume of dust in his rivals' faces. And behind him is Ron Chandler from Guildford, number 10, who is in his first year of Grasstrack Sidecar racing. 23 years old, but it's the hot favourite, Ron Young, leading now with 1 lap completed, and a great haze of dust is hanging over the whole of this circuit at the moment, because these sidecars with 3 wheels to turn up the dust on this very dry circuit are certainly doing so. And up into second place now comes Tony Martin, who has displaced Chandler. And this sidecar heat, as the solos, is over 2 more laps. So the leader, Ron Young, here he is, has now completed half distance. Look at his passenger. And Young takes it very, very wide indeed. No doubt to keep off the stuff. So Ron Young leading, Chandler second, and Alan Smith from Grays in third position. That yellow flag will be going out any moment now for Young. Yes, Young gets it now with 1 lap to go. He looks over his shoulder, and the opposition is a long way behind him. Indeed, as Ron Young goes round into lap 3, the second place man, Chandler, is some 15 seconds behind him now, as they come up to complete lap 4. So it's Young wins, and Tony Martin is going to take second place, number 57. He does so. He's closed up quite a lot. And I make the time interval between Young and Martin, who finished in second place, just ahead of Alan Smith, number 217, who was third, a mere 7 seconds. And Ron Young, there he is, must be feeling justifiably pleased with himself. Current South Eastern Centre champion. And as Stanwell's told you, the leader in the sidecar speed shield. So with a few seconds now, because the organisation is going magnificently, and as the riders from one heat are streaking around the track and throwing up all this dust, the riders for the next are being assembled. The riders for the second heat of the sidecar race are now ready in the pits, and so is Stanwell's to tell us about them.
And now we come to the second heat in the chairs. Let's meet the riders. Number 444, all the boards. Johnny Shears was the centre champion last year and the favourite for this heat. John White's in the chair, by the way. Number 425, Reg Plunkett from Princely in London. He's a cash register technician by trade and fairly new to this sport, so he tells me. 351, Brian Stibbs from Bexley. A forceful rider who's expected to be up among the leaders. He was a prominent solo man before switching to the chairs this year. 321, Tony Dunn, a 21-year-old printer by trade who comes from Shirley in Croydon. A printer, obviously the right type. Number 77, Normandy, and he comes...
I expect Stan will be having a few quick words with Don Godden first. Let's go over and find out.
And now the chairs, and let's meet the riders. Number 148, Don Muscle from Ripley. Sorry, Don. Number 217, Alan Smith from Essex. Number 54, Neil Wallington from Croydon. Number 111, Ron Young from Peacehaven, from Sussex. That's right, Sussex. 321, Tony Dunn. Number 444, John Shears from, I can't read this, Lewisham, yes. Number 57, Tony Martin. And number 24, I don't think you can see him, number 24, broken gearbox, so it was Ted Jelf, but Ted Jelf won't be in it. Now 57. Just a moment. The winners. And well done. Who's the winner? I haven't seen them. Well done, Don. Congratulations. Well, you had your own back. How did it feel to be the champion?
It's all right when you're in front, you know.
How did the race go? I didn't see it. Do you have any
Well, I thought Alf might get it from the start, but I just managed to make the first corner, you know.
Yeah. Would you say this was one of your best performances?
I don't really know.
What do you put it down to? How is it that you can win this time and yet you've been beaten so often before by him?
Just a good start, that's all.
A good start. That makes all the difference.
All the difference.
Now,
yeah.
Alf, what would you say about that? Could you like to come over so that we can all see you?
Well, good start does make a great difference, yeah.
From your point of view today, what went wrong?
I won't say what went wrong. I think Don went too fast. I think that's what went wrong.
Would you say that the standard of racing in this particular area is improving? You see all these riders?
It is improving, and I think it's definitely the best in the country.
Would you have been all over the country, obviously, racing.
Yes, yes.
And why do you think people are so keen on it down here?
Well, you get more meetings down here than anywhere else in the country.
What do you think of the tracks down here?
Well, to be honest, there are too many races on each particular track.
There are.
Consequently, the tracks get a little bit rough towards the end of the season. But apart from that, I think they're about the best in the country.
Well, congratulations to both of you. Jolly good luck. And now I'm going over to see the Chairs champion. And now the Chairs champion was Tony Martin. Which is Tony? Here we are, Tony. No, you are, Tony. No. You were last year, weren't you, I believe?
Well, it was sheer luck that she had a touch burn out, I believe.
What sort of a season have you had?
Reasonable.
Who would you say among all your opponents today, let's have a look at you, among all your opponents today, who would you say are the people to fear most?
All of them, I reckon.
Why, now, how much do you depend on the man in the chair?
Well, much is, I don't know, it's difficult to say that, you really depend on him. Without him, you just had it.
And who's the man in the chair today? Can we just ask him who he is?
Tony Holmes.
Oh, well, jolly good luck to you, both of you, and off you go. Well, let me get out of the way first.
So the second final of the day, and this one for sidecar machines is going to be shorter than the solo final. It is going to be over 6 laps. The big question, of course, is how will Tony Martin, who Stan Wells has just been talking to, cope with the Ron Young menace. He didn't cope with it well enough in the heat because he finished second to Ron Young. We're looking at Don Muscle now, incidentally, number 148, who finished in 4th position in the second heat and therefore just qualified for the final. Number 57, Tony Martin, we have just seen. And alongside him, number 217, Alan Smith. And there is the hot favourite, number 111, Ron Young, who actually, although he is hot favourite, was slower in his heat than John Shears, who won the second heat. There was 1.1 seconds between them, and so let's see how they all cope with the conditions in this final. Well, it's Shears into the lead again, as he was. It's Shears and Young already on the inside, and Young takes the lead. Number 111, Ron Young, has taken the lead from number 444, John Shears, and he's still holding on to it. Ron, who is the current South Eastern Centre champion and leads the sidecar speed field, he's 23 years old, young, tough, determined, but then John Shears is pretty determined too. There he goes, and in third position, number 321 is Tony Dunn, and here's the leader again. Now you can see how tough this sport of sidecar Grasstrack racing is as they bucket their way down the straight. This is the end of the second lap, of course. It means to say that there are 4 to go, and it's Young leading Shears, twin-cylinder engines, both of them, punching out a terrific amount of power through to their semi-trial side punt. And look at that, a beautiful bit of drifting as Ron Young slides it round the left-hander at the end of the finishing straight, and those two pulling well away now. In fourth position at the moment is Tony Martin, the man that Stan Wells was interviewing. And this is the end of the half-distance lap, and there's still comparatively little difference in it between time.